And we're back. I think this is the quickest we've ever recorded 2 episodes, maybe.
Back to back, pretty much.
I think so, but this is I mean the most warranted
emergency podcast
has ever been. Emergency podcast. The Bears are fucking back. They have a chance to clinch the playoffs, and Aaron Rodgers just ran for 8 yards on 3rd and 9. To almost get a 4th down. We'll see if Tomlin goes for it. A lot going on. So we're recording on a Sunday, which we don't normally do. I've got Red Zone pulled up next to me, keeping tabs on the game. Obviously, Bears just beat the Packers yesterday in what is simply the greatest game, greatest moment, greatest team I've ever had the pleasure of being a fan of. And now, on Sunday, Steelers are playing the Lions. If the Steelers beat the Lions today, the Bears officially clinched their spot in the playoffs. They don't clinch the division because I believe the Bears would have to lose out and Green Bay would have to win out. But I think Bears probably win the division if the Steelers win this game, because I can't imagine the Lions will be sending out starters in a meaningless Week 18 game. So unless they're really insisting on playing spoiler, and the Broncos just fumbled on a handoff, and the Jaguars are currently routing the Broncos. It looks like they're just going to run away with it, barring something miraculous. I mean, this has been quite the weekend of games. Feels like every week this season has been something crazy.
It's been pretty amazing. Yeah, pretty good week.
What a game! What a game!
Speechless. It was just, we were so dead and then we were so back. How else can you say it? I mean, it was just like I saw a meme or I was on Twitter, and it was just like me the last 24 hours, and it was just a dude
yeah.
And that's just mood.
I'll pull it up because it's in our DMs. Rodgers just converted a 4th and 2.
Let's go, Aaron.
So the Steelers are driving into Lions territory, but let me find out. Yeah, it's just been hitting this. Just been hitting that for the last 12 hours.
Like, we were out together last night after the game, and it was literally every 6 minutes that we would just look at each other and be like, that fucking just happened. Don't rub your eyes. Like, it was just, it was unreal.
I still it still is setting in. I feel like I've never been there's been a handful of I feel like the Bears have had so many miraculous wins, quite literally a lifetime's worth in a single season. And we had a lifetime's worth of terrible losses last year.
Absolutely.
So you'd think that by this point in the season, by the 6th miraculous win that we pulled off, that it would be, you sort of I don't know. You're sort of okay,
a little bit more accustomed to it, a little bit.
Yeah. But this one, it was literally just the grandest of them all.
It was against the Packers. It was everything.
Yeah, I think the way it happened, not even from just going to the last play of the game, because as much as the onside kick being insane, that was awesome. The Johnny Walker touchdown on 4th and 4, awesome. But you very well could have gone into overtime and just decided to pound the rock and kick a field goal to have a chance to win the game, and it would not have been quite nearly as hype as it was to have Caleb Williams throw a ball 57 yards in the air. I think it was a 45-yard touchdown or 46-yard touchdown. Traveled 57 in the air, and just lights out for Green Bay, doing it at home in front of the crowd. It was the greatest moment I've ever had as a fan of this team. I damn near cried. I did shed a tear today watching an edit of
some reactions.
It was just an edit of a bunch of Bears fans reacting to the game, with so this is Christmas, that playing in the background, and it made me tear up, because if anyone deserves this, it's Bears fans. We've been through hell and back.
At least top 3, yes.
At least top 3. I think Browns fans. My thing with whoever deserves this is that yes, there are worse franchises, but there are not worse franchises in a city that cares more about their team than Chicago.
It's fair. It's fair.
I
Especially
Cleveland,
tortured.
yes, tortured. It sucks. They do not care more about their football team than Chicagoans care about the Chicago Bears.
They had
New York,
Braun too.
yes, yeah. New York, how you have
Basketball city.
it's a basketball city, and it's a city that's split between two terrible teams. So even when one is good, like the whole city isn't rejoicing behind them because they're split.
Facts.
Chicago, the largest major city in the United States, with one football team,
Right.
and everybody loves them. Like, yes, we had the Bulls in the '90s, and you know, with D Rose, but that none of that matches up to the love that the city has for the Bears. Like, at the end of the day, it's a football town, and
Yeah,
it's a good football town now.
Absolutely a football town, cold weather town, pound the rock town, but you know, kind of defensive town. But we got a guy that is making us fall in love with the deep ball that, like, we've never seen it before. I mean, he uncorks it, you're confident. It's just jubilation. I mean, the only sports moments, and I'll exclude Michigan from this, but as a Chicago sports fan, Chris Bryant picking up the ball in the 10th inning to get the final out of the 2016 World Series is like the only moment that I've really, like, just absolutely out of body lost my mind. Like, what is going, like, oh my God, it's us. Oh my God, we just did it. And when that ball fell into DJ Moore's lap, like, he rolls over in the end zone. It's just officially over in 1 second. You win it. Like, it was just out of body. I can't describe it any other way.
Yeah. Steelers just converted another fourth down on a fake tush push. It's first and goal for them, by the way.
Steelers pretty good at fake tush push, by the way.
Yeah. It was another one to Kenneth Gainwell. It was the same play. But yeah, I think for me, I mean, I'm not even like, I remember when the Cubs were in the World Series, my mom insisted that we go to the city, and we just, like, we're there for everyone when they were celebrating. So it was cool, but I didn't, like, follow baseball. I didn't follow the Cubs enough to have, like, the emotional investment in it.
And we were still pretty young too.
And we were still very young. The Bulls have never, like, even in 2011, I was never really a big basketball guy. So I don't have
closest Bulls moment was Rose hitting the game winner against the Cavs in a game that was and ended up being pretty much meaningless. LeBron hit a buzzer beater the very next game, and we lost the series pretty handily. But in terms of moments, that was, you know, up there at least.
I'd say Blackhawk, 2 goals in 17 seconds for the Blackhawks is pretty awesome. That's probably the second best, at least specifically for Chicago. Because that was that. I think outside of the Bears, that Blackhawks dynasty is, like, the most invested I've ever been in another sports team.
I was actually at a summer camp, sleepaway camp, when that happened, so I didn't see it live. Really tough. But
I was we were at a restaurant, and our, like, ADT alarm started going off, so we thought our house was getting broken into. So after they won, we sped home. It was crazy.
That's wild.
But yeah, no, I guess the only other one I'd say is, like, Illinois versus, was it Iowa State or it was like
2 versus 3
versus 2 versus 3. Yeah, watching that at the bar was awesome, but it's sort of bittersweet because we got that 30-0 run against UConn the next game. Right. But other than that, I will still say this is obviously not Illinois or Chicago, but the Italian national team is, like, my number 2.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up for you. Yeah.
Going to Rome, being at the watch party for the 2020 Euros, and winning on penalty kicks, that was still, I think, probably the greatest night of my life. Probably tears of joy. Just running around the streets of Rome, and everyone had their flares. I mean, the Europeans do it different. The Chicagoans, they do it pretty well. They do it pretty damn good. But
so you're saying the European mind can comprehend, or what?
Absolutely. The European mind can comprehend, but they can't comprehend it in a football sense. Like, but as far as just a general sports sense, they get it. They get it. They were chanting like they were calling the Queen a whore. Like, this is against England.
It's pretty fire.
That was it. Yeah, it was awesome. It actually was so. It went so hard. It went so hard. So yeah, outside of that, so, like, that. For this to be as close as Italy winning, like, the second biggest soccer competition that exists, and this just being, like, a Bears regular season game, I can't wait until the Bears start winning even more meaningful games. It's really exciting. It's really
It is amazing. Last week we were talking about Caleb and his obvious amazing throw against the Browns. And I was kind of tongue in cheek, but I said my favorite throw of Caleb Williams is the next one. I was low-key right. Low-key, this was pretty good.
Yeah. I forgot about that. And I think we closed off the episode last time with like, if you're watching this, you're gonna get to see how we're feeling like in the next episode. And we didn't want to jinx ourselves, so we told you to take a break, rewatch a game, watch the whole game, and then watch this.
And if you did that,
congratulations. It just makes it all the better. It's awesome. There's so much to this game that I feel like we gotta be careful about how we go about it, because I really want to get into all the nuance of it, because there is,
for sure, it's really a romantic moment of my life.
Yeah,
like it is a time capsule. I will always remember how I felt during this night, who I was with, the emotions, being on social media afterward, everything. Like, not to get head over heels, but it really was life changing. Like it one of the best nights of my life.
100%. The bars after. I want to try and go in chronological order, but I do want to. We gotta we'll talk about Ale House.
We'll talk about it. Yeah, absolutely.
Ale House will very rarely ever get a feature on this podcast ever again. But tonight it'll get one, because Ale House is pretty awesome.
Tonight it was immortalized.
Yeah. First quarter. Was pretty dead. I'd say that Falcons just tried throwing to an offensive lineman and failed. Also Steelers certain goal. This is actually, I was really excited about the red zone thing being next to me during this, but it's
a little bit distracting.
My football brain is it's really hard for me to lock in and not be constantly trying to report. But before we get into the first quarter of the Bears game, I'll quickly do a quick play-by-play on the Steelers. Third and goal. Aaron Rodgers lined up an empty, throws out right to the flats. Jim Warren, blockers do not hold up, and he's tackled for a 2-yard gain. It'll be 4th and 5 for the Steelers, who I imagine will bring their field goal unit out onto the field.
Take a 5-point lead.
It's just a very Arthur Smith play call right there. And Falcons in a meaningless game, just Kirk Cousins QB. So any Kirk Cousins anytime touchdown scorers just are going crazy right now. But anyways, first quarter, and maybe first half, and we can do the whole first half, because it was a sort of
similar
pretty dead first half. Give me your first drive from the Packers. How are you feeling? What did you make of it?
So I guess immediately it seemed like Jordan Love kind of picked up where he left off last game. He has that kind of mojo to him where when he's throwing the ball, I am nervous. I guess that's just kind of his rapport that he's built up with the Bears now. Don't love seeing him get to his back foot and let it float. But that being said, I feel like our game plan, at least early on, was kind of working. They were getting yards and they were moving the ball semi-easily, but we really toughened up. We bowed our neck near the goal line. We had, on the money downs, we played pretty well. Stopping them on 4th and 1 there, not letting the crowd get out of it is huge. Green Bay is a tough team to play from behind on. And yeah, I think we were both pretty confident that Green Bay's offense was going to look all right, or at least pretty good for most of the game. So I wasn't, shocked that they were able to drive down, but Bears came up big when they needed to. It was kind of the theme of the night. Save points on the first drive. They went in the red zone, 5 times overall, and ended up getting 6 points.
I want to say 9, maybe. I don't remember how long. They had a couple chip shots, and maybe one was a bit longer, but I don't remember. But yeah, so on the opening kickoff of the game, they were already you could tell they were chippy. DeMarco Jackson just sort of went surfing on top of the pile. And the ball came loose on that. The ball came loose in the opening kickoff of the football game. And then the ball came loose, I think, 2 more times on that drive. Or maybe 1 more time, but they had called forward progress. the Bears were getting at the football early.
Absolutely.
And Jordan Love, while he still had some nice throws while he was playing. I think the game plan, as far like if you go back 2 weeks ago, you get to the second quarter of the Bears Packers game. Like Jordan Love already, they were killing us with explosives. Had already Bo Nix just dropped an incredible ball. Speaking of explosives, so I feel like the Bears did a good job of neutralizing that in this one. You are for you're coming in and out. You're coming in and out. You're at about 120p right now.
I'm back. I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Good.
Yeah. No.
So I felt like the Bears did a really good job of sort of forcing them to the run game, but the run defense was pretty abysmal like the entire game, outside of when it absolutely needed to be, which was nice.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
it was very much so bend don't break style of defense yesterday, and as much as it worked, it was way too close to it not working, and we needed a lot of help from the special teams and from the offense to make it sort of worth our while. But
I do think that was kind of the game plan, though, like being able to trust your offense. Like, hey, we're going to give up points. We just got to keep them out of the end zone. And then, hopefully it's close late and we can go make some plays. But no, I like totally agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, I think my worry with that game was, at least with the first matchup against Green Bay, we were able to string together some really long drives that like sort of tired out their defense, especially in the second half. And it was
for sure. Yeah,
I feel like the reason we were able to have an opportunity to tie and maybe win. But this game, it was like the complete opposite from the very start, where Green Bay was stringing together really long drives. We had a couple, maybe not 3 and outs, but like pick up a first down and then you're punting.
Yep.
Time of possession was never in our hands. And then even when you got lucky with Jordan Love going down with a concussion, and then you're playing Malik Willis, who, as much as he is a backup quarterback in the NFL, he very well could be starting somewhere. I think he played excellent. As much as Packers fans want to be like, you beat us without our 2 best players, like I don't know how much better Jordan Love could have possibly played than Malik Willis did.
No,
he had an excellent game.
Jordan Love would have made plays that Malik didn't, but Malik maybe would have made more plays that Jordan didn't. I mean, the ability to scramble, the ability to just, seemingly never get like shook whatsoever. Like, I mean, Jordan Love's pretty cool and collected, but I mean, Malik didn't blink. It was incredible to see him come into the biggest game of the year for his team on the road with the crowd absolutely at your neck and pretty much just take it in stride. And, shout out LaFleur for that. He's a good coach, whatever. Not as good as our guy, but he's obviously found Malik Willis and was like, I'm going to turn this trash quarterback who was pretty trash in Tennessee into a guy who, like you're saying, he's probably a top 32 quarterback, or at least a guy who's capable of running an offense in this league, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Also maybe moves JJ McCarthy down to the 6th best quarterback in the division, which, not great, but we still have 9.
6 might even be generous. You might be able to find a couple more guys. Carson Wentz might be better.
It's close.
But yeah, so my problem with the only thing that sort of that worried me about that game, as much as I want to celebrate it, and I will, was that we didn't really get to play the style of football that we wanted to, or at least play in like the fashion that is best for us outside of like the last 3 minutes of that game and overtime.
Yep.
Like as soon as Malik Willis came into the game, Green Bay was just pounding the rock. And if you're Chicago, it's like, okay, we need one drive. We're getting the ball before half. They got the ball with like 2 minutes left. It's like you need one drive to get 3 or ideally get 7. And then you get the ball out of half. And if you can keep Green Bay playing from behind in the rest of this game, you force Malik Willis into passing downs. You should be able to win. Jared Goff almost just threw a pick at his own 10-yard line. But the Bears quite literally never did that. Like we didn't lead for a single second of the game.
No,
I don't think, and we won. So you put yourself in like basically like the most difficult, the most challenging position to win that football
in an
game.
unwinnable situation. Yeah.
You put yourself in an unwinnable situation and you won. So this team is they're just something else. I love them. I love them so much.
It's just it gives me
I've never loved this team like I have right now.
no, for real. Like I kind of joking like texted you earlier, but I was like, I love my close friend Caleb Williams, and like because like that's kind of what it feels like. Like he really is just like improved my football life so much that it feels like he is like a close buddy of mine. Like it's just not to be too parasocial, but
yeah, I think I don't know if it's I get that feeling, and I don't know if it's just because like the Bears are really good, or it's like the age of technology, or it's that we're like the same age as Caleb. But it really does
I think
feel
that's a
like
big part
the
of it too.
closest I've ever been to the team, and maybe it's because we sort of cover them in a sense, and we talk about them a lot. But
It's very
it's
personal
just
for sure.
yeah, it is. It's the most. I invest heavily into this team every year, regardless of result, and I invest more and more year over year, despite what some
Despite
people,
the
some
diminishing
people in
return on
my
investment.
yes, despite the diminishing return, and the people in my life who might be like, why do you do this to yourself? And
Yeah,
that is,
exactly.
an incredibly just question.
It's a fair point.
And that question was answered tonight. Oh my God, Jared Goff almost threw another pick. That question was answered last night, and this is why we do it. This is why we do it. All the losses, all the suffering, everything you put yourself through, really just makes you appreciate how good it feels when things start to go your way and you start to win. I might just end up repeating that like a million times in this episode.
For
I
sure.
feel like that's just what my mind keeps going towards.
It's the story of the Bears. It's truly the best way to describe the emotion, because we could be 13 years old right now and kind of know that the Bears sucked, but more or less this is kind of our first time tapping in, and it's like, no, we had a good 10 years of misery. We had a good, we paid our debts to this team, and it just, like you're saying, it makes it feel so much sweeter. It's like, drinking water after a long workout. Like it's just exactly what you needed, and it cures everything. Like winning really does cure everything.
That is facts. And it's been even longer than 10 years. It has been like the entire, even when it was good, it was bad because
even because it was the opposite last time. It was so like good that it made the bad worse. You know what I mean? Versus being so bad that it made the good worse.
Which I fear
made the good better. Yeah.
Which I fear still might be in play. You know what I mean?
It is still in play.
I think the one thing that us Bears fans are not used to is being a good team and then losing big games. Like we've just known like being a bad team, sort of being in games and losing them in terrible fashion, and like never really getting the chance to go to the dance. But losing in the dance is something that we haven't really been exposed to all that much outside of 2018 and 2019, and obviously
2006 a little bit, but we were so young.
Yeah, I really don't remember much about 2006. I remember watching.
I remember people coming over to my house, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember people going crazy, and I remember people stepping on my feet, and I was getting really mad because they were like jumping around. They were real excited.
That's fine.
I was just like mad because I didn't know why people were screaming.
So yeah, I mean, the Packers. Just a quick note: the 2011 NFC Championship. That's probably like the biggest stakes game that I have like, a good memory of. And like, hey, we played our backup quarterback then, so
yeah, you're never gonna hear a Packers fan be like, oh, that game means less because we beat Caleb Haney and Todd Collins, who came in for 3 plays and threw an interception. You'll never ever hear a Packers fan say anything about that. But today on Twitter, they'll be like, you won another Super Bowl. You're victory lapping. You beat a backup quarterback. Like, shut up.
Yeah,
we won.
Get out of here.
You couldn't recover an onside kick. You couldn't stop You blew your coverage to an undrafted rookie at Texas A&M, and he hit the QB slide on you.
Yep, he did.
You
Yeah,
got embarrassed.
oh my
Like
god, that was
Caleb
so
Williams did the thing that Aaron Rodgers has done to the Bears for years on end.
years
And
on end.
he like
Just you got to be quicker than that. Oh, you almost had it.
We twisted the knife. Like we
twisted the knife.
never do that.
No,
It's awesome. So, well, I guess I really want to try to preface I mean, I can't imagine anyone who's listening to this has not watched the game already, but I want to try to preface with as much context as possible. Jordan Love going down in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Packers fans were very mad at me for a tweet I put out saying that he recreated the Aaron Rodgers meme, and I followed it up with like "fuck the Packers" and "fuck the refs," which somehow insinuates that I was like celebrating an injury, which wasn't true. It was just like Jordan Love recreated the meme, so it's just like, you know, you see it happen, whatever. And then it's like, fuck the Packers always. Yep. That's always like, I needed like to specify that obviously I'm not a Packers fan because it was a Packers related tweet. So you have to throw in fuck the Packers. And then you throw in fuck the refs because it's always like, who doesn't like, it's fuck the refs always.
It is.
And the Packers fans,
we can all agree on that.
You know, they were calling me a whole lot of things that I won't put on camera, but you know, I wouldn't expect Packers fans to know that wasn't a tweet celebrating an injury because they ain't got the infrastructure or the education up in Hickville, Wisconsin.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah, fire tweet. Love that. Hit it with the repost. You know, it was. I mean, he really did recreate the meme. Speaking to the fuck the refs part too, like Booker. I mean, that's tough for him, but he wasn't like it wasn't a dirty hit, and B, like the call had to be made. I have no problem with the call, but Jordan Love absolutely ducks his head into the hit that would have been underneath his chin, would have been right in his chest if he didn't do that. I mean, he's a tall quarterback. Like, come on. So I don't have a problem totally with the call. I mean, if you want to, like, even later in the game, the Brisker call, like, that was a fair call too. But like, it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of one of those things where it's like it's almost mirroring Bears fans' reactions, where it's like you want it to be a dirty hit because you want to have something to complain about, and you want to make us worse than we are because you really do feel threatened by us, and you really do feel like we're kind of stealing your energy. You know what I mean? It feels like it's coming from a spot like that from the other side of the fence.
Yeah, I think all three. I think both the Booker roughing the passers and the Jaquan Brisker late hit, all three by the Booker correct calls. The only one you could argue is semi-dirty is the Jaquan Brisker one. Like, that one's obviously late, and he hits him in the helmet. Like,
no need to do it.
Jalen Warren. Wow. Steelers are up 22-10.
Wow.
12 minutes remaining in the fourth.
Wow.
Bears might be in the playoffs
by
the end of this episode. Oh,
wow.
my God. Oh, my God. This is awesome.
That's incredible.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. So I think all three are penalties. The refs officiated it correctly. I mean, I think both the roughings are soft calls, and it's not great for the game of football, but the book is the book, and it was a penalty. Jordan Love falls into a helmet-to-helmet hit, so there's not much that Austin Booker could have done there. Any Packers fan arguing that that's a dirty hit is ridiculous.
No, it's ridiculous. It feels panicky. It feels copy. That's just the impression I'm getting. And actually, like, a quick note just from the social media reaction from the North. I guess, like, speaking from a Michigan fan perspective, Ohio State dominated Michigan my whole life. And then they won in 2021. It started a 4-game win streak, right? And, like, the first time that Michigan beat Ohio State, the reaction from the Ohio State side was kind of like, hey, good for you guys. Like, you made it a rivalry again. Like, it was tongue in cheek, but it really didn't seem to get to them too badly. It was kind of just like, oh, okay, you guys got your one, whatever. But then the next year when they won again, that is the reaction that we're getting from Packers right now, where it's like, shit, you guys are actually running faster than us. You're actually, like, you have the lead and you're gaining acceleration while we're slowing down. It feels panicky. It feels like the sky is falling, and it we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but in a way that I've never felt before, I'm very confident against that team for the years coming forward, as long as we've got the Iceman under center. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still think that you look at what teams in the NFL right now have the brightest futures. Chicago Bears might be one.
I don't know how you could argue otherwise.
I think it's the Bears or the Patriots right now.
Yeah.
And I think roster-wise, I think the Bears are in a better spot than the Patriots are. Maybe not cap. I don't know what the Patriots cap space looks like, but I can't name like a single guy on their team who's under a big contract. Whereas the Bears are going to have to let go of some guys this offseason. So it'll be interesting to see how they manage that.
Mm-hmm.
But Bears, Patriots, I think the Giants actually have a really bright future.
Depending on who they hire.
Yeah, they have a good young core. The tough part is the coaching cycle sort of sucks. Jaguars right now, the way they look with Liam Cohen.
Yeah.
So the Packers are pretty far down that list. They are pretty far down that list.
And just another note on that, like when all those teams that you mentioned that do have really bright futures, even throw maybe the Broncos in there if you want to, right? Give me my coach.
Yes, I would say the Broncos as well.
Give me my coach, give me my quarterback over all of those guys. And then on top of that, my coach is in his first year and my quarterback's in his second year. So we're not only better than you, we're younger than you. We're in a bigger town than you. We've got more pride and more passion from our fan base than you. Like we're lit. We're lit, man. Like I don't know what else to say. I can't even really remember a time. Like maybe I was too young to, kind of live in the moment for the Brady stuff, but like maybe when Brady was looking like a stud with Belichick, you kind of had a similar feeling. That's way ahead of us now, but I just can't compare it to anything.
I would say I don't think we're at this magnitude, and there are some differences to it, but I'd say the closest thing is maybe Mahomes Reed
when
that
Reed,
combo was taking off, but it was in a very different fashion because they were like just incredibly explosive offense. Mahomes was just like immediately an MVP, and it was
just clicked.
Yeah, it was a much more pass heavy offense and like sort of immediate dominance, whereas we're not at that level. But as far as the excitement around the quarterback, the flashes, and the way that the team is rallying behind their coach, it's that kind of the same energy. So
it's kind of just the feeling. Awesome. It's the feeling too of like if my team and your team play their best football, my team's gonna win. Like, you know what I mean? Like with the Andy Reid Chiefs, it was kind of like you kind of have to hope that they have an off day because they're so darn good that their game plan is gonna, it's gonna have a higher ceiling than yours. And if Mahomes makes, the plays that he can, you can't do anything but hope, really. And we're not quite there yet, but it is getting to the point where it's like if we get the ball late in the game, you better be praying. Like, what else can you say? Like,
so yeah, we'll go. I have a bit that we can run that we'll get into later. But when I think the biggest similarity is sort of between that Reed Mahomes, Johnson Williams sort of connection is that late game. You think you have it, you do not. I mean, there was the one season that the first two Mahomes Super Bowls. I want to say the one where he beat the Niners for the first time. He had come back from down 10 points in every game he played that postseason.
They were down 24-0 to the fucking Texans.
Yeah, and then won like 52-31.
And they beat that game wasn't even close. Like they didn't even sweat that game.
It's crazy. The Bears are doing similar things. It's just insane. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
Who would have thought, man?
But I think we gotta give our flowers to Jade Walker.
Absolutely.
I mean, what all that guy does. I think that
Can I take you back real quick?
Yeah, take me back because that's where I'm going. That's where I'm
going. Because my
mind is in the preseason right now.
Yeah, it was a summer night, and we were at a bar in downtown Arlington Heights at kind of our spot for the summer, Cortland's. Shout out them. Great staff there. But yeah, we were kind of half paying attention to a Bears preseason game, as just guys who are invested. And we were watching us play the Chiefs, funny enough, right? In a game that was a blowout, more or less. And then Tyson Bagent started slinging. We were kind of watching it out of the corner of our eye from an awkward angle to see the TV. And it got to the point where the Bears got the ball back late and they had a chance to go drive and win the game or tie the game. And we were like, you know what? Like, let's go watch this. So we go inside. We have a couple other Bears fans around us. And Jade Walker comes up huge, he catches the ball with what? No time left? Was it maybe 2 seconds left?
It was less than 10 seconds.
On a got it. Like it was the last play. I think it was a 4th down. I don't know, but it was, Bagent threw an absolute dot. He made the play. Jade Walker did. And then he didn't debut, but he did his celebration that he did in the Miami preseason game that just got the whole bench absolutely lit. We ended up going for 2 and winning that game. Is that how that ended?
No, we had one.
We just won
on that play from.
Yeah, okay, we just won on that play. But yeah, we were surrounded by a couple other Bears fans, and it was really just kind of looking around like, well, this isn't a bad thing. Like, hey, it's the preseason; it doesn't count for anything. But if this is our first taste of the Ben Johnson experience, like, this is pretty sweet. And it did seem like the team had a little bit of juice. Like, it's a meaningless game at the end of the day, but just the vibes of that winning on the last second, having an undrafted rookie make a sick play from another undrafted, not rookie, but Tyson Bagent, culture guy. Like, it was big for him. It was big for the team. It seemed like it kind of pointed us in the right direction. And it was foreshadowing. It was what to come. So, I mean, we had mentioned him, I believe, on the pod last week, Jade, because we were kind of talking between, him, Olamide, and Duvernay. One of them was going to kind of have to step up in the absence of Rome and Luther. And I mean, he started the game. I think he had the first catch of regulation and the last catch of regulation.
Yeah,
Walker did. So full circle for him. I mean,
yeah,
I'm sure you saw the tweet,
the Jade one.
Yeah, where I was homeless, like that. Yeah. Talking about Caleb letting him live with him.
Yeah. That Bears Chiefs game during the preseason. I don't remember if we had recorded a podcast episode after that. I feel like we might have, because maybe that we might have. Yeah. But I was still working for Sleeper at the time. So I was like trying to tweet about the Bears, and since we were watching from outside, you couldn't really tell what was going on. I thought the Chiefs had gotten a first down to close out the game and knee it out, and I tweeted like, "Oh, Bears fall to the Chiefs." Like, we're on to the regular season. And then people were in my replies like, "What are you talking about? The Bears have the football." And then we're like, "Oh shit, we got to get inside."
We stopped watching it.
Yeah. And then I think my phone died. I had to get a portable, and then
Yep.
But that was all. I mean, that was awesome. I remember like people were getting hyped up for a Bears preseason game. It was Jade Walker, and now 16 weeks later, he's doing the same thing.
Same corner of the end zone.
This franchise, biggest, arguably. I mean, it's really hard to outside of 2006, and maybe 2010. Outside of those 2 years, I'd say this is the third biggest game of the Chicago Bears franchise this century.
Yeah, since 2000.
Since 2000,
absolutely. I mean, even if you look,
you have like the NFC Championship games, but
like even if you look at that Eagles game, like obviously we know what happened there. Like, huge game for sure, but that was kind of it ended in such a horrible way. But I feel like we left that game decently optimistic about the future, and it felt like, okay, this was kind of our free roll. Our defense was playing amazing, but we'll be back strong. And then, obviously having that not pan out takes a lot of the air out of the sails of that game. So I guess it's still kind of to be determined, depending on how this season wraps up and how, the following seasons, I guess, end up. But yeah, I think it's third or fourth without question. And the only difference between those other 4 games or those other 3 games is that we won this one. So
yeah,
that's another thing. I mean,
it's the biggest. I think it's the biggest Bears win, probably.
Yeah, easily
since 2000.
Easily. I mean, we beat the Saints in the NFC Championship at home in 2006 pretty handily. But that game, I mean, huge game in terms of where it got you, but I don't know. This one feels different.
Yeah. Lions are they're
on the
just
move.
having they're having a bad day. Jared Goff just had Isaac Slye over the middle for easy first down on 4th and 2, and on 3rd and 2, and he just grounded the football, just hits the ground. So it's 4th and 2 for them. They can kick it and make it a 10-point game, but I have a feeling Dan Campbell's going to keep him out there. Jared Goff looks
They
either
can kick it and
frustrated
make it
a 9-point game. Sorry.
so it's still 2 possessions though.
Yes, it is 22-10.
They got to go for it.
4th and 2. Timeout Pittsburgh.
Okay.
But yeah, so Jade Walker, awesome.
He'll never pay for a drink again.
Yeah.
Free Johnny's beef for life for Jade Walker.
I'd say if I ever see Jade at Johnny's
I'll
beef,
pick up the tab in an instant.
Yes. Ashton Genty, second big run of the day.
Good for the boy.
Huge touchdown. Huge for my dynasty league. NFC North news. You are going down, my friend.
You're going down.
I have. Oh yeah. What a game! I mean, I'm projected 180. He's projected 150.
Wow, that's
quite the matchup. I believe we are the two highest scoring teams
highest scoring
facing off in the semis. Unless I think the Todd father.
I believe you're gonna want to check out the Lions game real quick.
Fuck. Yeah, it's not good.
Not great.
That's right, but nothing can bring us down. So the Bears,
dude, honestly, give me more high pressure football. Who cares at this point? We win them all. We only win those games now.
Yeah, I think the Bears. We were watching the post game press conferences at your house last night, and the best part about this team is that they know that there is better and more important football ahead of them. This is not a team that is at all comfortable, that is at all satisfied with where they're at.
Top down, man. That's where it comes from. And yeah, I mean, it really it's hard to win a game like this and not, lose your head about it. It's almost equally hard to win a game like this and use it as momentum, like as a stepping stool, as like a I would love to see the vibe in practice on Monday with this team. It rather than it being like a party, it feels like it's almost going to be like their reward is they're going to be extra precise this week. Their reward is they're going to be extra locked in this week. It's just such a team. It's just really such a team. I mean, you have multiple games this year where guys who are the 49th, 50th, 51st player on the roster on the 53-man winning you games. And that just doesn't happen. That Jake Moody comes in
coming through twice, hit the field goal block and onside recovery.
Yes. I mean, you had and on that Blackwell play, he got the jump because why? Because our freaking long snapper watches every snap and he had a tip on their long snapper. Like, it really is like everyone is rowing in the same exact direction and everybody knows like we've not only got bigger things to come, but like it's almost like a stoic reality where it's like win or lose, we still know our goals. You know what I mean? Like we just need to go out there and execute and it'll happen. I mean,
yeah, I think Caleb's post-game press conference was pretty awesome because ever since the first Packers loss, he's been pissed.
Last year?
He's seen.
Or you mean this year?
No, this year. Since he threw that interception at the end of the game, every time he steps up on that podium, there is
the energy is different for sure.
Yes, he is not. There is no celebrating. Caleb threw what was one of the most incredible throws I've ever seen a Bears quarterback make, and then damn near like any quarterback that I've seen make. At least live, and of his age, and against that caliber defense.
Facts.
And he was not satisfied. The reporter asked if that's an ill-advised throw. He said, "I can make any throw," and then followed it up the next week with an absolute dagger in the wind to win the game against your rival that has terrorized you. It's just it's a different level of not even just quarterbacking, but of, I think, just being an athlete as far as the mentality that it takes to be successful and to be like one of the best. I think we got very used to being satisfied with like taking little victories. This is not one of those cases. This team does not celebrate little victories. They want the big one, and nothing else will suffice.
Yeah. I mean, there's also this vibe too. I think you were kind of touching on this, where it's like when you're looking at some of the greatest athletes of all time, apart from their physical traits, from just their mindset and their approach, like there's certain guys like Kobe where it's kind of just like, I'm gonna work harder than you, I'm gonna be better than you, I'm gonna, be more of a psycho than you. And that's like something that, gets referenced to the day, that Mamba mentality. But there are other guys where it's like, the Tom Brady mentality, like that's his own thing. The TB12 thing, that's his own thing. Mm-hmm. Like Michael Jordan, that's his own mentality. And it does feel like Caleb, he has this, sort of this kind of effeminate confidence where it's like he's just doing his own thing. And he's so damn sure of himself that like, it's like the Caleb Williams energy. Like you can't really compare it to any of the other guys. Like it's just, he goes out there and does his thing. And he's so sure of himself. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's ever been a more like confident athlete as far as on the field and then off the field. Cause he does think like he gets torn apart for things that he does because it doesn't, play into norms. But when you're playing some of the best football that this city has ever seen,
the coldest
you can do whatever the hell you want. Dude, do it. Yeah.
Now we're not gonna say anything crazy on here, but you
crazy.
can do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. But yeah, he's got this city in a chokehold, and it's awesome. And I'm so grateful to have that type of player on my football team.
Dude, he's gonna start getting devil worship accusations. Like that's how good he is.
That's facts. I remember being really like satisfied and just happy with the fact that like Justin Fields had a good work ethic. And I was confident that like having a good enough work ethic was going to like make you a good player. Which I think Fields like has the potential to like be a good football player, maybe not a good quarterback, but like to have a guy who is as naturally gifted as Caleb is, paired up with a coach who is as skilled as he is, and then to pair that with a unmatched like mentality it's really rare. It's really rare. Steelers just
the stars really are
on a first and 20. This is awesome. This is the best the Steelers have played all year. I love it. Another thing with Ben, I think we were talking about this yesterday. I wish we just like recorded this yesterday because we talked about a lot.
We did go through a lot of stuff yesterday.
So we're just like recapping that. But I think my favorite thing of all the post-conference interviews that we watched, outside of DJ Moore's honesty, which is hilarious. DJ Moore,
a 2-second break to watch the Steelers real quick.
Jaylen Warren again off the left side. He's gone. Oh my God.
That might be the game, folks.
No, it might not.
I mean,
because
I don't know who their quarterback is, but
anything can happen. But that's Jaylen Warren. Holy shit. A Lions fan is doing the surrender cobra.
Love it. Famous in the state of Michigan.
And my dad just started clapping. He's so far behind.
Dude, one of my favorite moments of this season was the Jalen Ramsey hit on
I
think it was Garrett Wilson.
Week 1 on Garrett
Week
Wilson.
1, yeah.
Yeah, it happened, and then we just muted the TV and waited.
Yeah, we were just like,
heard him react.
Let's go. That's right.
Oh, that PAT had some movement on it. That's good. 12-point lead again.
Good. Huge. Let's go. Let's go Steelers.
Yeah, outside of DJ Moore being like the most, he answers every question the media gives him like wholeheartedly, and I like don't know another player who does that.
Truth
it's so funny. Yeah,
He's literally truth serum DJ Moore. It's so funny. He's like they asked him, so what were you thinking when you saw that ball? And he's like, I was scared as hell. Like that's so honest. It's so fire.
Yeah. Brissett, what a great pick in that Atlanta game. But yeah, my favorite moment out of the post game press conferences was Ben Johnson, who was asked after the Jade Walker touchdown if he thought that if they considered going for two and going for the win in regulation, and he told the reporter, on the season the Bears have hit on 2-point conversions at around like a 40% rate. And he felt like he had a better than 40% chance of winning the game in overtime. And that is special. Like, I don't think people realize with the way the analytics has grown the game, a lot of coaches are either really quick to completely ignore analytics or to use it completely as a crutch and say, hey, in these positions league wide, going for two at home is a better decision. It gives you better odds of winning than it does in overtime. And they completely neglect that those stats need to be accounted for on a team by team basis. Just because the league is plus 50%.
It's a matchup league.
It is a matchup league. It is all about how good you are. Oh, Jesus. It's all about how good you are, and it is all about how good your opponent is. And Ben Johnson
situation. Yeah.
To not only know that, so you have to prep for that. You have to know that, but then to not lose your cool when it comes down to you scoring with 20 seconds left against your rival at home, to not get excited and go for two, but to stay level-headed and say, we're going to go to overtime and we're going to win this football game there. I've never been so happy about a coach's response in a press conference before. It was awesome. Especially
really
as
just
someone
shows he's a coach.
I'm really big on analytics too.
Yeah, and I mean analytics, you got to use them, but it's I like the fact that Ben Johnson is kind of like it goes back to being sure of yourself, like Caleb, where it's like, sure, the analytics are going to say one thing, sure, whoever over my shoulder is going to say one thing. I know what's best for this team. I'm going to do what's best for this team, and he has faith in himself. He has faith that he sees it clearer than anybody, and honestly, he does. Like I'm defaulting to him in every single situation like that.
Oh, we lost you.
Oh, really?
No, you're
back. You hear me?
You're back now. Yep.
Okay. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, what does Ben have to say? What's Ben's decision? We'll go with that. And it feels like the team feels that too. You know what I mean? Like, you go back to that fumble in the first quarter. If you're a Ben Johnson hater, what just happened?
Illinois graduate Pat Bryant just got popped. He got crashed.
Shout out Pat Bryant.
Shout out Pat Bryant. Oh my God.
Is he drafted? He was drafted, yeah.
Yeah, he's on the Broncos. He's
slow to get up.
Yeah, he's still down. And that might have been a flag. But it was a clean hit by the looks of it. But he got popped.
Dude got rocked.
Yeah, I think another thing from the press conference that I liked, and honestly from this whole season, you can go back to the preseason when you go back and you look at how the Bears handled the end of the Dolphins game in the preseason, and stayed aggressive. And because you're not going to overtime, you have to play to win. You play for that win, even if it results in a tie like it did. And then you go to that Chiefs game, and how that Bills game started, where you were lights out against them, shut them out 38-0. And then you win the Chiefs game off a last minute touchdown. All that comes from your preparation and the buy-in that you create throughout, OTAs and training camp and then into practice. My favorite thing that I heard, outside of obviously the fourth down stuff, was how Caleb met with Ben Johnson earlier in the week, literally like on Tuesday, to install that game-winning play against DJ.
Game-winning play,
which means it means a couple things. It means, one, Ben Johnson is the coach that people think think he is, because he is able to sit down and like look at what a defense presents to him, their tendencies, like when he's going to get a certain opportunity, and then draw up the exact play design on how to attack that.
Yeah.
And then
sacrifice the rook.
Yes. Yeah, literally. And then to communicate that with your quarterback, have the trust in him, and then communicate that with your team and say, we're going to practice this. We're going to do it to perfection, practicing game speed. And then when it happens, when that opportunity is there for us in the game, we're going to do it, and it's going to win us the football game. And then it does. I totally understand why all that they stress and they talk about is belief, because it's just like the epitome of it.
Yeah, it's belief and it's reassurance of who you are. You know, if you do something, if you repeat an action over and over again and get the same result, eventually that's just a habit, and eventually that's just your normal. And like, you know, you're Dirk Nowitzki, you're an awkward moving 7-footer, but if you get to that one leg fadeaway, it's fucking going in. You know what I mean? And no one can guard it. And it doesn't matter that maybe your roster is depleted with injuries, or that, you know, you don't have a guy to really throw the ball to. Like, it doesn't matter. Whatever happens, you just know that you're going to be able to you're going to be put in a position to win when Ben Johnson is your coach. Like, he's going to find an angle for you. He's going to find a play for you. He's going to just, you know, put the onus on you to execute. And it feels like this team has been able to you know, respond well, to execute when they need. Like, it's just an unbelievable feeling.
Yeah. It's just so refreshing to have guys in this organization that are doing it the way that like everyone knows you should be doing it. Because I feel like as much as we are, there was almost a real big man pick 6 in the Steelers game. Big man pick. He didn't come down. As much as we are just fans, I feel like for the most part, the Bears have made decisions that like basically anybody could have, like, they've made the wrong decision, and basically anybody could have seen it coming. Like, outside of there was a whole civil war on Twitter about Caleb Williams versus Justin Fields, but like the decision was always Caleb.
Take the whole.
And the Bears, you know, took Caleb. And then when it came to Eberflus, obviously we kept him for 1 year too long, but we don't know if Ben Johnson would have been ready to leave Detroit at that point. But like the decision was always Ben Johnson, and they finally made that decision. And you're like realizing your potential, you know, in real time. It's great. It's really the best.
It's amazing.
Lions scored again. So
yeah, it's a touchdown for the Lions. 5-point game again. They probably kick it off here with 4 minutes left. Kick it deep. I mean,
yeah, obviously.
Steelers offense, though, it's something. They could finish the game here. Like, score wins pretty much. But yeah, I mean, it's just your 2025 Chicago Bears, man. I mean, you want to go back into like just some of the specific plays from the game, like stuff that we didn't cover that stood out to you?
If you want to, I'd like to talk about afterwards.
Oh yeah, we could do that too. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. So afterwards, we ended up at a bar in Arlington Heights, and I've never seen so much Bears pride before. It was great,
dude. It was just strangers coming up left and right, introducing yourself with Go Bears, leaving the conversation with Bear Down. And it was just like, we all are on the same page. We're all just experiencing this through each other, with each other, individually, but as a collective. Like, it was such a vibe. Like, it was such an electric feeling of just looking into another guy's soul and seeing the 13-year-old and 12-year-old version of them smiling and just excited about their football team. Like, it was amazing. Time stood still.
Yeah.
We had 2 really well executed plays in the bar too. First, you want to talk about that? Do you have any more notes? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got a couple more notes.
Yeah.
So I originally went to Bird's Nest because that's where I thought you guys were. And so I got out of my car and I went in, and I ran into Cole, your brother.
My brother.
But on the way in, when I was parking, there were 2 other cars parking, and like both cars were filled with Bears fans, and they all got out of the car at the same time. And they just like embraced each other and were just like super hyped, and they were yelling "Go Bears!" And I ran into Bird's Nest and was just going Bear down at every Bears fan I saw. Ran into Cole, dapped him up, it was awesome. And then saw the text you guys weren't
Amazing.
there, and then just ran out of the bar and yelled "fuck Green Bay" on the way out. It was great. And then we got to Ale House, and then I don't know what I mean. I know one of the plays you're talking about. I think I don't really know the other one.
Okay, so first play, I'm scrolling Twitter. I refresh the page, and I see good, better, best just dropped. Right. However, we are in a very loud bar, and you can't really have good, better, best without having both the audio and the visual. Like, if you just have one or the other, it's incomplete.
You need it.
So we synced it up, played the video at the same exact time, and listened to the audio on your phone and watched the video on my phone. And it actually worked really well.
We had it synced perfectly.
Shout out to us. It was literally like his lips were moving at the exact right time. So that was awesome. We were both like basically just predicting the video too, of just like, we heard 4 game balls, and it was like, I bet he's gonna get a game ball. I bet he's gonna get a game ball. And it was just awesome. Literally felt like we were in the locker room, like to an extent. And then our boy Joey, who made a slick $500 on the Bears when they were like 3% chance to win on Kalshi. He put a nice little bet on them and made a cool $500. So he was in a very good move. He decided that it would be a good idea to buy us some shots, some celebratory shots. I'm not really a drinker. That was a couple
celebratory
Rumplemints. Yeah, not really a drinker. I was already a couple brews deep. Took down a very fat shot of Rumplemints that did not go down smooth, and
it was not it was a regular shot. It was not a very.
It was a fat shot. It was a shot. It was a fat shot. Nope, it was a fat shot.
I saw you. I saw you. I saw you.
Went through it for about 10 minutes.
You struggled like when we just first took the shot.
I wasn't committed to drinking the whole shot.
Yeah. That was sort of the issue.
That was the blunder.
But I didn't like it either. But yeah, then you were struggling for quite some
for a good 7 minutes. Ended up throwing up on the table. But
it was the most.
Michael went and got some napkins.
We talk a lot about teamwork. We talk a lot about hustle and
execution,
to get togetherness and execution on this podcast. That's what that throw up was right there. You listen. It could have been a sprayer. It could have been a sprayer. You went for the cover up, which like sometimes is a big blunder because it just ends up everywhere, and it didn't. Kept it all on the table for the most part. I don't know if you got any on you, but it didn't seem like it. It was just localized. I immediately got up, ran to go get some napkins. I went for damage control. Joey went for vibes.
Props guy.
Yeah, he was
good,
props
bro.
guy.
It's okay. It happens. It happens, bro.
We got it cleaned up in like less than 2 minutes. Got napkins. Got waters. The girl who was in front of me ordering her drinks was like asking her friends what they wanted. So the bartender was like, "What do you want?" And then I was standing right there, and I was like, "3 waters, please." And saved a whole bunch of time. Immediately got the waters.
Huge time save.
Brought them back. Water for drinking and water for cleaning the table. And within 2 minutes, it was like nothing ever happened. It was the most well executed puke at the table. It was
great.
Bar.
You sopped up the substances with the napkins and stuffed them into the 3 shot glasses.
Oh, you
threw those out. That was a great play.
I didn't know you put them in the shot glasses.
I sopped up with the.
I don't want it. No, dude, I'm good. I'm good.
Get the visual. Get the visual.
I don't need to know.
I don't know if anyone else in the bar even really saw it. Like,
no, I don't think so. It was literally flawless.
Shout out to us. It was really well executed. 2-minute warning, 2-minute offense. You gotta have it. Yeah, it was great.
It was awesome. We came up clutch. But yeah, then some dude came up to us and was like, "Is that door open?" And like the door had a fucking bike lock.
The door had a bike lock.
It was not open. Yeah. He was trying to go outside and vape because he like got yelled at for vaping. But we just shot the shit with him. Because
he also did try the door that had he like tried to open it and it had a bike lock on it. He was like,
and he was like, I got yelled at for vaping, and like he like pulled out his vape and then just like started blowing like fat clouds in the middle of the house.
Fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah. He was not.
You were hyping him up.
Yeah. He was a funny dude. But like normally a guy like that, sort of a little too drunk, maybe a little bit of a troublemaker, upsets you, but he was repping the Bears, and you just can't be upset.
That's all that matters.
You just get hyped up. Yeah, I think seeing the videos of all the fans celebrating, my favorite thing is seeing the little ones, seeing the youngins, seeing the kids who either like have officially like become Bears fans for the rest of their lives, or officially hated or will hate the Bears for the rest of their lives, like the little Packers fans. Like we just created a million little angry Packers fans who will like vehemently hate the Bears for the rest of their lives. That's great. That is awesome for the rivalry. It is so good. I wish,
because there is a little apathy in the Packers fan base towards the Bears, where it's like, oh, you guys aren't even our rivals. It's the Lions, it's the Vikings. You know what I mean? And this reminds you that like there is really only one rivalry in this division. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's facts.
It never is like this between any other team.
Yeah, we like I care about games against the Lions and against the Vikings, but I will never be crushed if I lose them. At least never be crushed like I will if I lose against the team up north.
Right, and like I mean,
hold on, really quick. In this Lions-Steelers game right now, one of these teams has 223 rushing yards, and one of these teams has 18. Which team do you think has 18 rushing yards?
That is crazy. Also, the team with 200 plus maybe should have just run the ball. But that is insane. 18 rushing yards.
Yeah, that is nuts.
Jesus Christ. Jameer Gibbs has 5 rushing yards.
200 from Pittsburgh. So when I first turned on this game, there was a stat that the Lions had the most 200-plus yard rushing games, tied for the most this season, and the Steelers had allowed 200-plus rushing yards in 2 of their last 3 games. So, like, the script was the Lions were going to pound the rock, and they have 18 rushing yards with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And the Steelers
we've got to be themselves. We're probably up on that list too, right?
Yeah, I want to say we're probably tied with the Lions for the most. But I honestly don't have. I have one more thing that I'd like to do if I can find my phone. It's right here.
I have a quick note too. Just if you remember this guy from last week, the dude that's going to get this, Schmitty. He's called me 4 or 5 times over the last 4-ish years about Bears games, and every time he calls me, it's directly after the game, and it's only been after losses. It was after the Hail Mary. It was after the Green Bay Cairo Santos block. A couple other instances of heartbreak. And this one, it was like that phone was ringing, and I was like, wow, this is it. This is the first time that's ever happened. Yeah. So just a quick note there.
All right. So I wanna give you we'll do a quick little game. Not even really a game, but I'm going to name quarterbacks, and you're going to tell me whether or not. Oh, my God. Chris Boswell just hit the fucking upright.
Yes, he did. Which makes it
my God.
5-point game?
Yeah.
Wait, why were they not going for 2?
Oh, my God. And this stupid Steelers fucking special teams coordinator with a mouthful of gum just went to put another piece in.
Why are they not going for 2 there?
They were kicking. It was a field goal.
Oh, it was a field goal?
Yeah, to go up 8.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, the Lions are going to win this game. Oh. All right. Well, that sucks.
Oh. All right. You know what? This is fine. This is fine.
We're good.
All right.
Quarterbacks that I would want and not want versus Caleb in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna name some quarterbacks, and you're gonna tell me whether or not you would take them over Caleb Williams in the last 2 minutes of the game. You need a game-winning drive. Are you taking this quarterback? Or are you taking Caleb Williams? We'll start with some of the guys lower down on the list.
Start with 9.
We'll start with 9. You taking JJ McCarthy? You taking Caleb Williams?
You know, before this game, I don't know. It might have been 9, but after seeing Caleb do this for the 6th time this year, I'm gonna have to go with Caleb. But 9 shout out to 9.
That's ridiculous that it is not just an immediate Caleb. But
no, I'm just kidding.
But sure. Let's go Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of Jaden Daniels, I think of a guy that makes a lot of plays, but I don't know if I can totally remember. He had a sick play against the Cowboys that was kind of slightly fluky, where they scored like an 80-yard touchdown with 20 seconds left. And then I want to say, huh? And then I mean, yeah, but that's again, there was that too. But that's not something that I like. I mean, it sure was a great throw and great rep, and he's probably one of the few guys that gets that throw off to where it needs to be. But you can only give the quarterback so much credit for a play like that. He's good, but I mean, it's not a question. Give me Caleb.
Okay, I'm gonna request from you just like a yes or no, like give me Caleb or I'll take this player, because I want to try to
give me Caleb
for editing, for clip's sake.
I got you. I got you.
Justin Fields.
Give me Caleb.
Okay. Kyler Murray.
Yeah, give me Caleb.
Okay. Bryce
Even
Young.
Heisman. Bryce Young. Bryce has some sauce, but I'm taking Caleb a million times out of a million.
Okay. Jalen Hurts.
Give me Caleb. No,
Jordan Love.
First one that's not just an immediate yes, but it's a yes. It's a Caleb. Give me Caleb all day.
Okay. Dak Prescott.
Give me Caleb.
Jared Goff.
Give me Caleb.
Sam Darnold.
Okay, yeah. He's seen ghosts, man. Give me Caleb. Caleb doesn't see ghosts.
Bo Nix.
Bo's got a little sauce, but Bo would even tell you, give me Caleb.
Okay. Trevor Lawrence.
Maybe in college. Maybe when they were 16 years old, but not anymore. Give me Caleb.
Okay. Herbert.
Herbert might be better, but give me Caleb.
Okay. Now we're getting to some of the guys who maybe aren't like the GOATs, but like they got that clutch gene at the very least. How about Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, I mean, Baker, maybe the best part of his game is his clutch aspect, but give me Caleb Williams.
Okay. Interesting one, because this season hasn't been that great for him. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, maybe for the first 3 quarters, I'm taking Lamar, but I don't think there's many Raven fans that would even take Lamar. Give me Caleb.
Drake May.
I haven't seen it happen yet, really. I mean, you saw the one graphic where he came back from like a 6-point deficit with 15 minutes left in the first quarter, but
yeah,
give me Caleb.
Okay. All right. Now we got some real big names.
Some Titans.
Maybe this year's MVP, Matthew Stafford. Now this is right now. Are you taking Caleb Williams or Matthew Stafford to get you a game-winning drive?
Am I taking Matthew Stafford on the Rams, or am I taking versus Caleb, or just in a vacuum?
In a vacuum, Stafford right now versus Caleb.
Oh man, that's tough. I think in a year from now, it's obviously Caleb. I think 3 years, or if you're talking about Matthew Stafford from a couple years ago, it's obviously Stafford. Give me Caleb. I mean, how can you argue against it? He's been like the Rams are not winning games by 3 points this year. They're winning games by 15 points this year. I just can't go against my guy. I can't. When Matthew Stafford, amazing. He will make throws that he needs to, but
all right.
Give me Caleb.
How about Josh Allen?
I think now this is the first guy that I will definitively say I would rather have him start a game than Caleb. Everyone else, I think you can make the argument Caleb's at least right there, or if not, definitely better. But when it comes down to it, am I taking a guy that has lost 4 times in his 4 biggest games of his career? Or am I taking a guy who, when the lights are brightest, shows you what he's made of and seems to always come through? Now, that's just the narrative right now. But give me Caleb Williams. Caleb would have scored with 11 seconds left, and then they would not have had time to get in field goal range.
That just leaves one guy. Now he tore his ACL, but assuming he didn't, you taking Patrick Mahomes or you taking Caleb Williams in crunch time?
I'm taking Patrick Mahomes. But
taking Mahomes?
I'm taking Mahomes. But that's only because Mahomes has done it on the scale and on the stage that Caleb hasn't had the opportunity to. If we're talking about the end of a regular season game, give me either of them, right? I don't know if I can really put one in front of the other, but if we're talking a guy that's done it in the Super Bowl year after year, in the AFC Championship year after year, hard for me to not take that guy. 4th and 2 coming up.
4th and 2, Lions, 1 minute 30 remaining, season on the line. Jared drops back, fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
Oh!
There's no flag.
No. Is there a flag? Is there a flag? Are you serious? Defensive PI. 15-yard penalty.
Oh my god. It's defense. It's gonna be DPI.
DPI, yeah.
Oh my god.
Who are you taking between Mahomes and Caleb? For the record.
It is really hard to pick Caleb over Mahomes. I would say right now they are, they're the two guys. When you think crunch time, you think clutch, you think Mahomes, you think Caleb. My only thing is like who's doing it right now. It's Caleb. You haven't really seen a lot of one-score games from Mahomes this season.
Yeah.
That being said, you got to respect where respect is due. I'll still take Mahomes until Caleb does it on the stage that Mahomes has. So
Mahomes has done a little bit more of the Superman stuff too, where it's like he's just willing his team absolutely to victory, which Caleb does. No, don't get me wrong, but it's been, with the help of others, a little bit more for Caleb than maybe Mahomes at times. It seems like Mahomes, and you could throw the bad man from the north there. Tripping, unreal, tripping penalty.
That can't be real. That's disgusting. That's absurd.
It's gross.
Are you ahead? Are you ahead of my stream? Are you?
No, I'm just watching like live updates, so it's gonna be a tick faster.
Okay. Yeah, that's oh god. Oh. Well, yeah. It is definitely tripping. I don't have anything else for this episode if we kind of just want to sit and live react to
let's just
to this game.
Watch
watch
the Bears maybe clinch.
Do you have a way to watch it? Are you just watching the live
I can just watch you just give me the radio call.
Okay.
We could do a desk item of the day in the meantime as well. Pretty appropriate desk item today. Had to go to the kitchen, but thought this would be nice. Why not?
Desk item of the day. Jared Goff throws across the middle incomplete. Hit as he threw.
Clip of the year from DJ.
Oh yeah, the video of him dancing with the cheese grater on is
unbelievable.
One of my favorite clips I've ever seen as a Bears fan.
As an EDM fan, as a Bears fan, I had quite the enjoyable time watching Kaytranada's Boiler Room set today. And if you go to about 19 minutes in that video, 19 minutes and maybe like 50 seconds, I want to say, that could be wrong, but around 19 minutes, somewhere in there, he plays a song called Last Night the DJ Saved My Life. And it was so applicable, made me feel some type of way. I was grooving. And last night, DJ saved my life. What can I say?
Lions screen out right to Amon-Ra. Inside the 20. He's down at the 11-yard line.
Do they still have a timeout?
Steelers have no timeouts. Lions have one. Wow. They had their offensive linemen were blocking all the way downfield with them. Lions
at this point
to the line. Jared Goff in the shotgun. Gibbs to the right of him. Lions running. Looks like 4 verticals. Goff fires the end zone. High and incomplete. Intended for Isaac Tesla.
Okay. Oh.
Second down. 45 seconds remaining. Lions need a touchdown from, I believe, the 11-yard line. What a play call here. I mean, you just get – that's over 1,000 pounds of muscle moving on that screenplay. Put it in the hands of your best player. Let him run. Lions are in scoring range. keep their season alive, make things difficult for Pittsburgh too, who have not won the AFC North. I think the Ravens play tonight or tomorrow, are just a game behind. Goff in the empty set, 3 receivers out left. Amon-Ra on the slot. Same with J-Mo. Quick screen to Isaac Tesla, who's got a lane, and he's tackled, and he's down at the 2.
Oh, my God.
Down at the 2-yard line. Clock is ticking. Lions, realistically, I mean, this will be the last possession of the game. Ball spotted at the 1-yard line. Lions are not taking their timeout. Goff in the shotgun. Gibbs to the right of him. Amon-Ra on the slot. Goff rolling out right. Has Amon-Ra wide open. Oh, my God. Touchdown. Touchdown, Lions.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute.
But there's a flag. It might be.
Wait a minute. Nope.
There's a flag.
Nope. Wait a minute.
It could be illegal contact. It could be OPI.
It could be
interference. Offense. Number
10-yard penalty.
Ooh, Isaac Tesla. And if I'm right, this is a 10-second runoff, or they'll need to use a timeout here. I don't have game audio.
It's not because it's not because it happened on a play that the ball was incomplete on, I believe.
No, because they scored. It was a touchdown.
But like it makes it incomplete, right?
I guess, yeah, the clock doesn't continue running. So 1st and goal from the 11, 22 seconds remaining. False start is on the way.
Jumpy.
Taylor Decker, the Lions left tackle with the false start. I gotta refresh my stream, bro. I gotta try to get quicker than you, bro.
You're I think you're about as quick as you can be. It's just that. Are you watching on Red Zone or are you watching the actual game?
I'm watching the actual game. I'm on Paramount.
Oh, it should be a little bit faster then.
Yeah, the left side of that offensive line just moved. Stream is lagging a little bit. I'm frozen. Okay, I'm back. 1st and goal from the 16-yard line, 22 seconds. Goff again in the shotgun. Gibbs motioning out right. Goff fires across the middle, finds Gibbs hit hard, and he's down at the 9-yard line. Lions are not using a timeout, and they call it with 13 seconds remaining. J-Mo looked like he was going to fake an injury to make the timeout go. Really? I don't know what just happened.
They put 3 seconds back on the clock.
So it's going to be with 16 seconds. Lions have no more timeouts. Everything is going to be a shot towards the end zone. Mike Tomlin, 103-0-1 when leading by 12-plus points in the 4th quarter. Lions led by 29-17 with 5 minutes remaining.
Could really use a Jade Walker right now if you're the Lions. Not everyone's got one though.
Use a Chauncey Gardner-Johnson if I'm the.
It's facts. Shout out Tyreek Stevenson for stripping that ball away in the Cowboys game. I feel like that was like the turning point of our season.
All right. Goff in the shotgun. Gibbs to the right of him. Trips left. J-Mo at the top of the screen, 1-on-1. Goff looking left. Steps up into the pocket. Fires to the end zone. Incomplete. The clock did not run for as long as it should have there. There's only 11 seconds, but that play was way longer than 5 seconds.
So that sets up 3rd goal.
We might need to – that needs to be looked at.
That needs to be investigated.
That was really interesting. That was a long play. That play snapped with 16 seconds, did it not?
Yes.
They shouldn't. I mean, I think they'd be able to get off 2 plays here regardless, but definitely interesting. Goff in the empty, 3 wide receivers out left. J-Mo and Amon-Ra both in the slot. Same with Tesla. Steelers look like they're arguing for a false start. They're not going to get one. Goff fires to the end zone. Tesla, incomplete. He had his hands on it.
4th and goal.
Had his hands on it, but couldn't come down with the football. Had his hands on it. Had both of them on it. Isaac Tesla.
Needed just one. He needed just one.
He
had one hand on it. He would have caught it.
It really looked like he was going to. Ball hits the ground. Clark with the defense.
Did we get a commercial?
Hard. No, there won't be a commercial. This is the last play of the football game. They just put 8 seconds on the clock now, which is ridiculous. It doesn't matter, but I still don't understand why this is happening. Goff in the shotgun. Gibbs to the right. 2 receivers out on either side. Looking to the end zone. Stepping up. Fires. It's caught. He's short. There's a flag, but he's short. God, he lateraled it to Goff, and he got in the end red zone. What just happened? I don't
Are
know.
you serious?
They had to have called forward progress. They had to have. There's a flag.
So he flag on the play.
The refs did not indicate touchdown. There might have been PI in the end zone. I don't know what is going on.
Holy shit.
Rodgers is pointing to Detroit. If that's the case, that should be the ball game. You had to have called forward progress. Amon-Ra caught it at the 1, was pushed back to the 5 before just tossing the ball to Jared Goff, who ended up in the end zone. But this might be ball game. The Bears might be in the playoffs. Steelers sideline is half of their football team is on the field right now.
Arguing for a call or celebrating a win?
It looks like they're getting ready to celebrate a win. Jalen Ramsey and Jameson Williams are shaking hands. Goff looks upset. So does the Steelers. This game might be over. The Bears might be in the playoffs. Still no call. I've never seen the refs confer on something like this for.
I mean, I've been ahead of you I've been ahead of you the whole time, and I still don't have an update on my side.
I want to say this is a penalty on Detroit, and they're figuring out whether Pittsburgh wants to decline it, because if they do not decline it, they might be calling it a touchdown for Detroit on the lateral. Tomlin and Rodgers look like they're winning. I can't see how you call this a touchdown. The forward progress is so far stopped. I don't think anyone in this stadium has a clue what's going on right now.
This is unreal how long it's been taking to get a call on this. I still don't have a call on my side.
You should turn off your updates. Let me report for you.
I got you.
The refs are still conferring. Lions fans seem to be reacting to something. Lions fan was surrender cobering, but she looked excited.
Really?
Here comes the call. Ruling on the field. Pass interference. Offense.
Declined.
By rule.
10-second runoff?
The game is over.
Game is over.
No touchdown. Bears are in the fucking playoffs.
Let's fucking go, baby. What a way to end the pod, bro. Oh, my Lord.
So, I couldn't hear what he said. I was able to read his lips. I think that they
called it a touchdown.
But the penalty comes with a 10-second runoff, and you do not get to run another down. Oh my God. Chicago Bears are going to the playoffs. That is awesome.
Your Chicago Bears are going to the playoffs. I don't. First off, what a season from the Bears. I can't believe that was even at all considered to be a touchdown at any point. So are the Lions eliminated?
No, they can still sneak in over.
They can wild card.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, maybe one of the craziest endings I've ever seen. But
so what are our scenarios now?
I don't know. Honestly,
because we could still lose the division to Green Bay if we lose out and they went out, right? And then we're the 7th seed. I
think so. Also, we can continue talking, but I low-key have to lock in and put out a post because this game is crazy.
I feel you.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week. Merry Christmas. Go Bears. Chicago Bears are playing in the playoffs.
Bears, baby.
Awesome.
Chicago motherfucking Bears, bro. Hell yeah.
Let's go.